Hello everyone, welcome back to Louisiana. Alright, well, if you can't tell, we have a little bit more money, not like a ton, but a little bit more money, and that is because we have a massive amount more of debt this month. And I do have the corn harvester, or corn header over here. We'll be selling this because I don't foresee us using it again. So we'll repair, repaint. $67,500, not a ton, but it's something, and I don't really plan on repaying a lot of the loan back from that, because our interest payments are like 10 grand a month at this rate. Well, when we go to sell stuff, that'll be when I actually start repaying it. That's kind of what I'm thinking. Let's see. I'm looking for the grain header for this, and we'll get the color. That should be everything. Do I want to buy it? I will have it for a while. How much is the lease? Do I think it'll go down that much in value? I think I'll buy it, honestly. Why not? That is in a really bad spot. I'm just gonna put this up on super strength, because this is kind of a bad spot to put the header way in the back corner. I can't even hook up to it with the combine. Alright, well, let's get this going down the road. Might be a little bit tougher to turn maybe than what it was with just a corn header. Yeah, I'll have to go through the trees here. I did buy a couple of soybean fields. Not one of them that I was hoping to buy. Unfortunately, I went to this month and it was already harvested. So the one that I was really hoping to do, we won't be able to do, which is very unfortunate. I'm just going to kind of park over here in this field. Hopefully they don't mind. I'm just very, very poor at backing these trailers up, so there ain't no way I'm going to get in a good, spot to grab the header from without damaging too much crap. Alright, well, we'll still damage some, but... Alright, for the time being, I will set this off on a worker just so we can kind of get things over here. But this will allow things, obviously, to get going and moving. And obviously, we do have some fields that need to be planted this month. But, Field 8 that I was hoping to do, nope, it is, where is it? It's been harvested. It was very unfortunate when I went to this month. So all of a sudden I was like, well, I kind of have a limited option. So I basically bought every soybean field on the map. Because they just seemed like they're always a fairly good crop to have. And obviously I could do soy sauce with our production if we want. So I bought this one up here, field 17, 13, and then this one down here. Ended up being about 1.7 million. You want to see what our loan is now? If I can go to the right screen, that is our loan now. Not cheap. But I guess you got to spend money to make money, right? That's one way to look at it. But no, really, what it comes down to is there's a lot of fields out here that are kind of either just been planted or just been harvested. So they won't be ready for a while. That means I'd have a multiple months of kind of a down period where I'm not going to have many fields to do. And generally speaking, I mean, that's fine. In a normal series, it's like, oh, whatever. But obviously when we're time limited in this sense, well, then it's not fine. We kind of have to figure something out in that point. And, well, the main thing I could figure out was take a massive loan out and start buying up some fields. I'm hoping from these fields, and as well as our own, it should kind of extend this out towards the end with having enough fields. That's kind of the hope, at least. We'll see if it works out like that, but... Alright, I'm going to put this in this field. Hopefully it goes quite a ways. Alright, let's make it back to the Deutzfahr. I will need, obviously, a trailer for the soybeans. I probably won't want the load cart then, would I? What's the capacity difference? 38,500. This is 40.5. So yeah, let's go with this. It'll fit better underneath that roof. Oh, good old leasing costs. I probably should just make sure I don't have more things in here. Honestly, I would consider getting rid of this, but I think I might want it for this field. But yeah, at some point I should really look through our lease stuff, kind of make sure we don't have anything that we don't need. So we need a planter. That's leased? Okay. That is leased, of course, and that is leased, of course. I didn't know this was leased. I mean, it's fairly cheap for the lease cost, so I mean, I'll keep it. I just didn't know. Nice positive, though, is I think I might have the double fertilize mod on. I think I have the double fertilize mod on, because all of our fields are double fertilized already. So we don't have to fertilize them again, so that will save us some time, mainly. As far as I know, it still uses double the fertilizer. So we'll save a decent amount of time with that. That'll be nice. As far as I know, I can turn it off too, so if there's a field where it's like, yep, I can guarantee I will not be doing a second harvest in this, I could just put a single layer in. Just so I can sell the field. Yeah, I'll have to check once the planters went round a couple times to see if that is going on, or what that is the case. It is, yep. I know I have the mod, but I'll say I normally run precision farming, so this isn't really something I worry about. But it is a nice mod to have. The double fertilize mod, I think it is, or something like that. Double fertilize. Something like that, but it is a nice one to have. It cuts down your time a lot. Well, not a lot. Well, it's a decent amount. It saves you just in obviously going back through. You're already gonna have to go back through to spray it for weeds. I'm hoping to get this field here finished this month. It should. We'll likely be keeping this one and probably the other cotton field up there. Because really, I was kind of thinking about this. We should be able to harvest them again. I was hoping to sneak through here, and it is not up here I'm going to be able to. I was hoping to sneak right between the main building there, but that is not the case. Yeah, we should have time to harvest them again, as far as I can tell, at least. So there's no reason to not, at least put a field in that I would like to try to harvest. And obviously, right now they should line up, within a month or so of higher price for soybeans even. So we could get a good price off of that as well. Let's see, well, they're almost one lap around, basically one lap around at this point. I'm assuming the yield is not great. I mean, it's alright. But I know a lot of these fields have weeds in it. Some of them aren't even fertilized. This one is, but this one up here isn't. This one down here isn't, and has weeds. This one doesn't have weeds. It's kind of unfortunate. Obviously, I wanted this field because it didn't have weeds, and it was double fertilized. It was going to be a great crop, but not everything works out how I wanted it to, so. Possibility of corn tortillas next month to be sold, or January, we'll see. You have already 4,500 liters of clothing done. And a lot of cotton still to be ran through, so it does go through a decent amount every month, though. So yeah, it'd go through about 21,500 liters every month. So it will take a while to get here, but it won't be forever. This is a similar case, but it's keeping up with what the fabric's putting out. So this will have a lot left. Whenever we sell it, we'll sell whatever's there, but we'll still have a lot of corn to be ran through, 100,000 liters, and a ton of corn flour to be ran through, basically 55,000 liters at this point. And obviously we got 71,000 liters of corn tortillas in there. There is multiple millions of dollars in this. It's just, it should finish. But there's a lot to still go through in there. Yeah, I'll have to get this whole side piece finished and get all the hoeing finished. But yeah, I think I'll just go ahead and start a time lapse for this. So I'll text everyone once the time lapse is done.
I've been treading water. I can't do this much longer. Stuck here in the silence, lost in the sea of stillness. Give me something to hold on to. So break me, mold me, and erase me. After all, I'm nothing here without you. Will you hear me when I go? Watch me lose it all. You light the flame and let me fall. So when is it my turn to watch this sadness burn? Please help me out, I'm fighting against the break me, mold me, and erase me. After all, I'm nothing here without you. Will you?
All right, so we've made a decent ways in here, but I did see the planter was, I'm guessing, out of fertilizer is what I'm guessing. And obviously the harvester is done now as well, so I'm gonna put a worker on it in this field, if it'll let me. Yeah. Oh. Alright, well, I guess not. Alright. Yeah, this is done over here. I'm kind of curious. Would I be able to drive over to the other one? I think I could. It's hard to say. I'll get this emptied into the trailer, and then I'll just kind of, hopefully to set it off in the other field. What gets done, that type of thing, and we'll see, you know, how much gets done. I'm not too concerned about if it doesn't finish it or it does finish it. Got cows in the water. I saw that one there. Alright, we'll let them kind of just, like I said, they'll get what they get done. I'm not too concerned about. Yep, done with. Fertilizer, they're almost done. They're just about done, too. So a bit unfortunate. It had to happen right at the end. They could, of course, couldn't just finish it out. Yeah, they're just, yeah, they gotta go around the edge, basically. Which chances are I'll have to do, actually. Which is really unfortunate, because this obviously isn't gonna work. We'll see if I can put it in a different field, and it'll work, maybe. How about this field? Alright. It appears they work over here, so that'll allow me to kind of get things situated over here. And we're still making progress on, weeding the fields. Because that is kind of important. As far as I know, I kind of need to get that done this month. And plus, obviously, I'm planning on hopefully getting another harvest in this field. So I would like to get this field planted or not planted, weeded next month as well. So I kind of need it next month because this field will take a while to do. Obviously, all the fields that we bought, I'll have to replant as kind of part of the rules. Whether we'll harvest them again, we'll see. At the current moment, I don't foresee why I wouldn't. Right now, soybeans are 5-6 months, so we would be still at a good point. It would still be fine if we did it. We would still have time to do the harvests. So probably up till February, I would say we're probably going to be doing them. And in theory, we should get a lot of these fields replanted by then. Maybe not the big one down there somewhere, I think. Somewhere that direction, the big soybean field. We'll see if that one gets there, but yeah, we'll see how far the harvester gets with the soybeans over there. Obviously, like I said, farther the better, but if it's not completely done, that's fine. I mean, I don't think it will be, just because of capacity of the combine itself. But more the merrier, and it means the sooner we can get down to... It's one of those fields. I think I can see it. I think I might be able to see it. Way over there. But yeah, sooner we can get over to that direction and get that field harvested. At least start on it. Chances are we'll be able to finish that harvest like early next month. So we should be able to at least get started in that field, which will be good, and allow us, obviously, we'll be replanting a bunch of fields. And really not too terribly far away from some of our own fields on the farm here from being ready. So we planted them a couple months ago at this point, but yeah, they're still a couple months out. But still not too terribly far out, at least. It's hard to say for certain. Obviously, we'll be, like I said, we'll be replanting fields as much as we can up till like February, March. I'll be doing like probably soybeans in it because that will line up fairly well with higher prices. After that, I'll probably be putting something that doesn't use a ton of seeds in, and that way we can obviously sell the fields. That is kind of the rule. Although if I'm buying the field and I'm replanting it and harvesting a second time, I don't know if I ever had a rule for that. My rule was only for more so to keep me from just buying a field, harvesting it, and then selling it immediately. I never decided if I should do that. If I do a second harvest in it. At that point, I'm not just, selling it quick type of thing. Well, you can let me know in the comments what your thoughts are. If you think I should still replant it again before selling it, or if at that point it's like, well, you've already done a second harvest, you're not just You're not just flipping the field at that point. And just buying the field, harvesting it, and then selling it. I don't know, my rule was always I had to put work into it. Really didn't say how much work. I just had to put some work into it. That kind of keeps you from, last month, oh, hey, we can do this one harvest real quick, too. You can't just sell it immediately. Alright, well, that is done. I'll get this folded up and kind of put it out of the way. Let's see. Let's turn that off for the time being. I don't think it'll finish, but it'll be pretty close. And this one, well, it's made progress over here, which is good. That was kind of what I needed to have happen. So I can start in this field that was not working. I'm assuming it's just like too small or something, maybe? I don't know. Well, I'll just go ahead and start up another time lapse. We'll get all of the hoeing finished here. So it's what? After this field, there's 3 more. It's not too much. But I'll talk to everyone once the time lapse is done.
Will you hear me when I go? Or watch me lose it all? You light the flame and let me fall. So when is it my turn to watch this sadness burn? Please help me out. I'm fighting against the odds. Against the
Alright, so there we are. It is the final field for the hoeing. And of course, like I said, though, we'll be having to keep this on the farm for a little bit longer than I kind of expected. To be honest, if I knew I was going to keep it as long as I'm probably gonna, I probably would have bought it and not rented it, but it probably won't matter too much long-term wise, I don't think. We'll need this, obviously, over there next time. 3 of 7, so a couple more months for these. So really, that means we'll end up having at least like 1 month that we will not be like doing any harvest easily. It'll be 4 of 7 next month, and we'll be able to finish that harvest up there and start on that one. There might be a period in there we'll have to figure something out. We do have some grass fields, so do I cut it and try to make silage? Silage isn't worth a ton of money, though. Otherwise, I guess I could do contracts, possibly, in that month. It's an option. I don't know. That's just kind of what I'm trying to figure out, I guess. There might be a couple months where it might be a little bit rough. But that is part of the reason why I went so far into debt to buy these fields, because I kind of saw this coming. It was pretty clear that we were going to hit a point where we weren't going to have a lot of fields, so I needed a ton of fields of our own, so we had harvests to do and stuff like that. So it's a good thing I probably spent this money long term, but still, it's still a risk, and obviously we'll be eating the monthly interest costs every month. However much that is. Well, it was 3,333. I would assume it'll be like 7.5 now. Why do vehicle running costs so high? That must be leasing. I'm assuming. That's what I'm assuming at least, so. Yeah, that is everything for this month. So, yeah, obviously next month we'll have numerous different fields I would like to try to get planted. More likely that one right there, and maybe we'll see. We'll see how many over in this direction we end up being able to do. Obviously, all of our fertilizer and stuff is kind of a ways away from here, so it would take a little bit to get things filled up. But yeah, then obviously finish out this harvest, and we have one more. But yeah, that is everything for today. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Hope to see you in the next video. Bye.